Welcome to SCCHS Mechanics. This is the harmonic balancer removal and installation process where we learn how to use a common tool to remove and reinstall the harmonic balancer on an overhead valve engine. The harmonic balancer is removed using a harmonic balancer puller installer, which is demonstrated here. Obviously, access to the harmonic balancer is necessary, so removal of the front engine accessories will be first. You will notice when looking at the balancer that it is made up of three components: the outer weight, the dividing rubber band, and the inner hub. Proper removal requires us to push on the end of the crankshaft and pull on the inner hub. The inner hub is equipped with threaded holes for mounting a drive pulley, and these can be used to attach the pulley. Select and assemble the balancer installer. Attach the puller plug into the end of the threaded shaft of the puller. The general rule for this tool is related to the shape of the surface on the mounting plate. When used as a puller, the flat side of the plate is facing away from the engine, and when it is used as an installer, the flat side is facing toward the engine. Position the center nut so that the shoulder is on the engine side of the puller, and the thrust bearings are sandwiched in between. The thrust bearing is used to reduce friction when the nut is being turned. Next, attach the puller to the harmonic balancer using the appropriate bolts found in the case. Turn the bolts into the threaded holes on the hub evenly until at least half of an inch of bolt is installed into the threaded holes. Make sure the puller is parallel to the harmonic balancer before removal. Hold the threaded shaft with a wrench or socket and turn the center nut till you notice the hub start to move. Make sure the puller is pulling straight away from the balancer to ensure it does not bind and damage the components. Now keep applying pressure until the balancer and puller are removed. Care must be taken as the balancer is heavy and dropping it could result in damage. Select the correct thread installer plug and install into the end of the crankshaft. Please note that the installer plug must spin in freely and securely or damage to the threads in the crankshaft will occur. Install the harmonic balancer onto the crankshaft. Then position the center nut so that the shoulder is on the non-engine side of the puller and the thrust bearings are again sandwiched in between. When installing the balancer, the flat side of the installer plate will face the engine and push up against the balancer hub. Install the threaded shaft onto the threaded plug and turn the center nut until contact with the balancer occurs. Hold the threaded shaft with a wrench or socket and turn the center nut until you notice the balancer start to move. Make sure the puller is pushing straight towards the balancer to ensure it does not bind and damage the components. Keep applying pressure until the balancer is installed. Remove the installer and installer plug and place all tools back in their proper place.